Well, welcome back, everyone, to another episode of New House, Same Address. I'm joined today, again, as always, of course,
Good thing we're here.
by Eric and Karis.
Do you do this because you can't remember our names? You're just like,
The big
stalling.
pauses.
I hate to say it.
We know
No.
it's the podcast name. You have to pause.
It truly, I say unto you, every time I have to
Yeah.
really think about it. Yeah, no,
That's
for
okay.
sure. Well, good morning and welcome. How are y'all doing?
Doing well.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
excellent.
Okay.
Well, not excellent, but
Not excellent.
right.
Just great.
Just okay. You're good.
He's doing fine.
We're good.
I gotcha. Question of the day: what's your favorite season?
Right now, fall.
Me too. Fall. Well, since we're on agreement, let's move on. Nothing to argue about there.
Nope.
What is the topic of the day? I think favorite power tool.
Favorite power tool?
Favorite power tool.
Yes.
All right.
And not just the tool, but why it's your favorite.
Yeah, it has to be a compelling reason.
Has to have some context.
Okay.
So,
Hmm. There's
Karis, ladies first.
corded or battery. Is that fine?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I figured.
Just got to get power from
Okay.
somewhere.
Battery powered, I would have to say that little lightweight Festool drill you have.
Good
That thing's
choice.
nice.
That's a great
I mean,
choice.
I can carry that thing around all day. It's so lightweight. I love it. Saves you a ton of time if you're doing whatever. You know, I get the easy repetitive jobs because if I do it a couple of times, I can remember, like replacing switches or outlets or something like that, and having a good little electric drill is good. It's very helpful.
I'm
That's
a
my
little
favorite
jealous.
cordless, though.
Yeah, I'm a little jealous you picked that one.
I have a favorite
Is it-
corded tool too.
It is absolutely the most fantastic cordless drill.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
A corded tool. Okay, does it have to be a construction tool?
Power tool.
I mean,
One of my
lends
favorite
itself to
ones.
being
Okay.
pretty power-
I really
very
like
construction-y.
a tile wet saw. I like
Well,
to
that's construction.
Okay.
I like to use those. They're fun.
Okay.
I look like a complete dork when I'm running one, but it's fun.
Okay.
How does that make you look like a dork?
Well, because you have to wear these really big glasses, and the way you set it up the last time I cut a lot of tile was it right outside of our bedroom window, so I had to like lean outside through the open window to use the tile saw, and then come back inside with the tile and bring it to you. And I'm sure our neighbors thought I was nuts. Every once in a while, you'd have this like very like bug-eyed person come out the window and lean over a saw and then come back in. That was,
To be fair, I've seen that done plenty of times. I mean,
but our neighbors probably had not. So.
well, our neighbors already thought we were crazy anyway.
That is
so,
true.
Yeah.
They would watch us. They would bring out lawn chairs and watch us from
That's
their
super
yard.
cool.
Yeah.
Not like a show. I'd be fine with that.
It was kind of like a 2-year-long home improvement show. But yeah.
It was funny.
So I've been trying to decide how to answer this question, and there's two different avenues I could take. I could take what's just my favorite, just off the top, like what I like to use the most, or answer it in a way that imagining myself without that power tool. And how difficult the job would be, and that would be my favorite power tool. So I think I'm going to answer it both ways.
Okay.
The power tool that I can't do without, the one that I would hate to not have, which would then be my, I guess, sort of favorite power tool, is a sander.
I was not expecting that.
I cannot, it's like nails on a chalkboard. Me for a sander in my hand, feeling it, going up against the wall.
Like a sanding block?
Yes.
Like just
Oh,
okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
Or even the pad, holding it. and
It
doing
will
by
ruin your
hand.
nails.
Mike made me do that in a couple of kitchens. I just had to walk away a couple of times and just take a drink of water. He was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm gonna do this because you asked me to, but I want you to know it's the most painful thing. It's like nails on a chalkboard to me. The way it feels in my hand, the way it rings my ears." He was like, "Okay, whatever." So that one would be a sander, like a power sander or
Okay.
a corded one. It could be, on a multi-tool or like an actual orbital random
Yeah.
sander, or the big one with the vacuum. Those are really cool, like a
Yeah.
Festool one. Yeah, but I could not live without those.
Okay.
My favorite one to use, though, the one that I most like to use and have, is probably just impact. Just regular impact.
Yeah, I almost think the cordless drill is just a given. Like,
Yeah.
there's
I mean, like,
almost
can you live
nothing
without
can
it
do.
Yeah.
anymore?
No.
Yeah.
But now the Festool,
That one is special. I had
can't
used
remember the
before
model
then. It
number.
would have been the default the default favorite would have been a DeWalt one because that's what you had. I had gotten used to using it, so I was comfortable with it. But then when you switch to Festool, and I found the lighter weight one, it's just much easier for me to haul around.
it's so nice.
Yeah.
So for me, it would be the track saw. It is
It's a good one.
probably the most specific, I guess, of power tools because it only rides on the track, but it's so handy. Just straight cuts every time.
And especially if you need a long distance, the cut to be long.
Yeah, or if you have a full sheet of plywood, you have to rip it down.
Right.
It's too big to like lumber over to the table saw yourself.
I was about to ask, would you not prefer
Just-
a table saw? You prefer the track
Well,
over the
table saw is good for smaller pieces.
Yeah.
But if you have a full 4 foot wide, 8 foot long sheet of plywood, it's hard to do by yourself.
Yes,
Whereas track saw, it's super easy.
that's true. Yeah, you'd have to have someone there with you to hold the other end while it comes off and tries to dangle, and once it bends up the blade, you don't want that.
Yeah, absolutely. But track
Yeah.
saw, we use it a lot for cutting our shower panels, so we get straight cuts. And this just eliminates all the possibility for error because it's just going to follow that track wherever you line it up to. So we have 2 brands, Festool and Milwaukee. I haven't got to use the Milwaukee very much, but the crew seems to like both of them just fine. So
Yeah,
that
cool.
would probably be the power tool of choice
Yeah.
outside of a impact,
Yeah.
which is a given, I think.
Yeah, for sure. I guess if I didn't have to choose an impact, my second favorite one to use that would be difficult not having would be a miter box.
Yeah.
That one, or just like, well, because I was trying to think that one or the actual skill saw hand one. There's too much air in a hand one. So if I could put the piece of wood on a miter box, I can make down to the 16th cuts and make stuff look really good. So that's what I prefer. I'll carry it everywhere. When I was working on my deck, I just set it out in the backyard and cut my studs that way and everything.
Yeah.
So I didn't use a skill saw.
Yeah, they're pretty handy.
Yeah.
I mean, there's certain tools I feel like depending on what job you do, you just have to have.
Yeah.
But,
What's the one when you pull it down?
miter saw?
The miter saw. I like
No.
those.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I just know it by that action.
You can do this with it.
I thought it was a miter saw, but I
The
wasn't
grill, the
positive. A
barbecue
chop
grill?
saw.
Chop saws is my
I've-
name for it.
Because I've used that when working with you, obviously, and
Well,
then
they can
a
get
couple
super
other products.
technical too, which is really nice. Some like mine has the bag, so it dispenses all the sawdust in it, but you can move it any degrees this way and then also this way up to 45, and those can get really complicated if you're trying to. I remember watching Drew trying to find the exact angle at a job we were doing for Crown. It was pretty neat just to watch him the process and go through it. Like this is not exactly 45. It was like 23 and a half or something like that. He ended up
Ooh.
finding it.
Yeah.
It was nuts. Yeah. It was.
But they're fun though, and
Yeah.
and they can be so like efficient too because you can do several pieces at one time if it's small, and then the table or the little stand you have has blocks on either end. So if you know you need a bunch of one size, you can just kind of throw them up there and chop, and then you have all of them done the same way.
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
All right, so we have a few more minutes. What about favorite technology tool or device?
Well, we had a lot of discussion about this one earlier today. Since we forgot the SD card we needed.
Uh-huh.
And what did you discover that you liked today above all?
Oh, no, I just said AirDrop is a magic thing.
Oh, so it's magic. So it's not really
I
a
think it
technology
is.
tool.
I think
AirDrop would
The
be
wizards
the
at
function.
Apple discovered this magic that, I don't know. It goes
AirDrop
through
would
the
be
air.
like a function thereof the iPad. So iPad would be the technology tool. Sorry, I hit you. Sorry. Wow.
Technology?
Okay, I'll go first.
Go ahead.
AirPods.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
That's hard to beat.
If I lost my AirPods, I would immediately go out and buy another pair to replace them. They're just so handy.
I've said the same thing.
I
like,
love podcasts, so
Yeah.
they're just great. Noise cancellation. If I don't want to
Yeah.
hear anybody, I just turn it on.
That's why you keep them
It
in all
goes
the
away.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be my go-to.
Fair enough.
And it doesn't really it's not essential to the work I do, but
No,
It's
but a lot of
just-
times I need to be able to write or type at the same time and like trying to hold, like, back in the day when we had phones, we had like the little shoulder rest you could get. And now, like with your iPhone, it just doesn't work. Like it just slides down and falls to the ground.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't know about those because
No. My favorite technology tool is an 8-track.
so that predates
Just
me.
I don't know. So I'm not going to say my iPad because even if I had to do it without an iPad, I actually wouldn't care all that much. I'd be fine without it. I would just assume you guys knew of a way and how to do it without one because it's been done, and I don't mind doing old school stuff.
Is that
So,
that's a reference to how old we are? Is that
Yeah,
what that is?
that's exacty what he just did.
how wise
I'm sure
they
you could
are.
find a way to do it with paper and pencil. That's
How wise they are. Yeah. And take out a stencil.
calculator.
Well, I did see an Etch-a-Sketch referred to as a caveman iPad this week, so I was like,
fair enough.
Yeah.
I don't know. That would be tough. One that I'd really just have to go out and buy probably would be an outgoing speaker, not the AirPods. Because unlike you, I prefer to have everyone know what I'm listening to. So that would go for speakers in the truck or I have one in my shower. It's waterproof. I turn it on and blare it when I'm taking a shower.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
I just cry in the shower. I don't need a speaker. Not really.
All right, Eric, I'm going to take a shower.
Okay.
No, he would know.
You're so weird.
I am.
No, yeah, mine would be outgoing speakers, so little devices or the car speakers, I guess. AirPods, they're really cool, but I don't need them. I mean, I've taken into gyms where I've had which is really rude of me, but have the actual speaker
It is rude of
in
you.
the bag, and everyone can hear it. But it is what it is. I guess that would be my favorite. I mean, besides the obvious, the cell phone. I wouldn't know what to do if I didn't have that. I'd have to go buy one immediately. So
Yeah.
those would be tied. So
Yeah.
neck and
Young
neck.
people like yourself can't live without cell phones.
Well, I would know. What I mean for is
So much of our life is
for work and for just communicating with my wife. I mean, I'm certain if there was an EMP that went off, my wife knows where to go. I would hope she remembers where the house was without a phone. So
That is true. I would be GPS. I would just
GPS,
never. I'd
that's
never
a huge
find my
one.
way home.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
okay.
Curious.
Your answer?
For
Technology.
well, I agree with you. AirPods.
Oh, it has to be different.
No,
Sorry,
totally
Toby.
different.
My phone.
Sorry, taken.
Well, it's necessary.
CarPlay.
Oh, now CarPlay. Oh,
Yeah.
have you ever tried to drive a rental car without CarPlay in a strange city?
Yes.
It's very difficult.
I've never used CarPlay.
I missed the same exit in Dallas 5 times, and I just drove in a circle, and that was embarrassing. So next time I rented a car, I made sure to specify it had CarPlay. So hopefully I find my way to the Airbnb this weekend.
Very cool.
That was the only spec I put
CarPlay.
in my search parameters. Available at the airport with CarPlay. So
So, all
here we
right.
go.
One that's underrated is a keyboard for any laptop or device. I think that's underrated. I mean, think about what would you do if you didn't have one? Would you have to voice dictate everything?
That can be a big mistake, I have found.
Yes. Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
sent some very strange messages before. So
But anyhow,
those
that
are our
was fun.
favorites. Yeah.
The favorites and disfavorites.
Yeah.
Unfavorites. I don't know.
We didn't do unfavorites.
We'll have to do that in a different episode. For
Things
sure.
I hate.
Well, we're
That
running out
doesn't
of
seem
time.
very compelling.
Well,
Listen to us complain about the things that we don't like.
ooh,
I'm
I
not
could
gonna
come up with
complain-
some doozies
I'm
for
not
that
complaining
one.
about anything. I'm going to bring a compelling argument why you should never use this tool.
Oh, well,
One being the palm nailer.
the what?
Palm nailer,
That it's useful in certain areas.
very little areas.
Yeah, that's why it's so small.
No, it's useful in very little.
Y'all-
Very little.
Y'all have to tell me what this is. Is it
It's
like a hammer for your palm? Like,
Yeah, it's.
Oh, that
they-
sounds
they make battery
painful.
powered
Well,
ones now, but
I had an
they're
air one when I was
Yeah.
using one, and you put a little nail in it, and you put the hose, and as soon as it applies pressure, it
oh,
reverses torque on it and just punches it in. If you're gonna do that, you might as well use screws, especially if you're that tight of an area. You just have a bit on it, magnetic bit, faster. This tool's useless. I throw it away. That's my argument.
okay. Good to know.
Anyhow, Thank you for listening to another episode of New House, Same Address. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, answer the questions, anything and everything. Share this video on Facebook with your friends. We need to get the word out that we are hilarious. So
let us know what your favorite tool is.
Let us know what your favorite tool is. Thank you guys, and we'll talk to you in the next episode. Peace.